Good evening, everybody. And um, please, can you hear me? Hi, everybody. Good evening.
Cinema.
Okay. All right. Welcome, Gladness. Welcome, Hinata, Daniel, Mrs. Victoria, and thank you, Netrovert, for coming to the call. So my name is Kelsey. I'm the head of operations for Vadico Global, and today we're going to have in today's session of Web3 career advancement, we're going to have Netrovert speak to us. He's going to talk to us about content marketing. And um, if you've read the bio, you've seen that he is a KOL, key opinion leader, and he's won a lot of bounties on Super Team Nigeria. And he's really good at content marketing. There's a difference between content writing, there's a difference between Web3 marketing, and there's a difference in content marketing. So if you know how to write, you should know how to project the content to get marketed, to bring results, because everything needs profit. So in this class, Netrovert is going to have the floor, and I implore everybody to take notes. I mean, you're learning from the best at this point. So do all you can, give the maximum attention that is needed, and I'm sure this class is going to be a good one. So thank you, Introvert, for joining. The floor is yours now.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Good evening, sir.
All right, Netrovert here. Thank you for having the invite call as your speaker today. Um, so a brief introduction. I'm a Web3 content creator slash marketer, and yeah, like Kelsey said, I'm also a KOL for crypto projects. Basically, it's just a marketer, to be honest. That's just what KOL do. And I'm also a state motors party Nigeria. So once again, thank you for having me. And today we'll be talking, am I rugged or somebody is also talking?
Okay, your voice is a bit low, and I, on my end, I'm struggling to hear you. So I don't know about others.
How about now? Am I talking better?
Yes, it's actually better.
Okay. So as I was saying, today we'll be talking about content marketing in the Web3 space as a Web3 career path. But before I go into like content marketing, we have to first talk about what the content is, what marketing is, and how the two of them even relate together before we even bring it to the Web3 space. So let me just briefly define it. Content. Content is pretty much anything that you share on social media. It could be pictures, it could be written, it could be videos, it could be animations. So all of that is content. So why marketing is in social media? Marketing is getting your content to the right audience, basically getting your content or selling a product or a service to the right audience. That's what marketing is. So content marketing is basically just selling products via content. So that's how the two of them relate. Selling your product via content. Now, to create content on social media, I believe your content should be of high quality. and it should be directed to the right audience. Know your audience. I think that's one of the first issues that people have with marketing in general. You know, I was at a business pitch in my school last month or so, where they asked people to talk about their products, to basically market their product, and then they will get grants. Like, they'll choose the best 3 products, and they'll get all their service, and they'll get the grants, from the sponsors. So most of the people that were talking about their products, they don't know their target audience. They don't have their target audience at hand. So I believe that in marketing, you need to know, okay, who am I targeting? If I'm selling, let's use a very popular something. If I'm selling a bottle of Pepsi or whatnot, or a soft drink, I need to know that, okay, these are the people that are actually interested in this type of drinks and stuff. So it's the same thing in the social media space. You need to know, okay, this is my target audience, and streamline your content to that aspect. So the last thing is to take the platform that you are putting your content out, take it into consideration. So you need to actually decide that, okay, is it going to be Instagram based or Twitter, Telegram, all these social apps that we have, WhatsApp, Facebook and stuff. So those are the 2 things: content and marketing. Now, what is Web3? I don't know if everyone here is familiar with Web3 space as a whole, because Web3 is another stage itself. It's an advancement of the web. So I need to define what Web3 is. So Web3 is basically just the next stage of web development. We had Web 1.0, which was basically just read only. I was not alive at when Web 1.0. I don't know if any of us here was alive during Web 1.0. I did not experience Web 1.0. Then Web 1.0 is the usual read and write web, like social media, for example. Social media is a part of Web 2 development of the web, from Web 1 to Web 2. Now, Web 3 is basically the integration of, or the introduction of blockchain technology, which promotes a more decentralized approach to finance as a whole itself, not even social media. Although it's just recently that we're having decentralized social media, but generally Web3 is trying to bring advancement in terms of the financial aspect of things, of life. Like, let me give you an example. When we say decentralization, the country that we live in, that I live in Nigeria, we have a centralized system of power. We have the president, we have the governor, and all of that. Then we have a fiat currency, naira, which we spend. But in decentralization, there is no one body of power. Instant. Everything is done on the blockchain. So I don't want to go too deep into Web3, but that's just the surface of what Web3 is. So combine everything together. Content marketing in Web3. I would say content marketing in Web3 is not so different from content marketing in Web2. Let's take the Web2 case study. Like I said, Web2 is just normal social media that we are used to. Let's take Web2 case study and Web3 case study. I would use Nike, a very popular brand. That's most of us should know Nike. This brand does shoes, clothes, and almost everything wears. So I'll take Nike as a case study. Nike is the most successful brand in the world, and they use content marketing actually. They use content marketing in the Web2 space because blockchain related that I know. If they've done any in blockchain, I don't know about that. But they use the Web2 content marketing strategies. And what do they even one of their videos won this Emmy award, one of their marketing videos. So what did they do? What did Nike do that made them a very successful brand in the content marketing space? The first thing is that they have their audience. Nike has a very large number of followers on almost Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and all of that. Then they also use different strategies. Sometimes they use text, sometimes they use videos, sometimes they use animations, and thirdly, the third thing and the most important part that I would say they do is they follow viral trends. Nike follow viral trends. Maybe there's a particular Instagram reel that is popular. Nike always does something that will also be in that trend. So I'm trying to take out some key things from this. They follow viral trends. They try to appeal to their audience. Other brands that are high profile, like individuals. Let me give an example. I don't know if there are some of you that watch football here. So sometimes you see that Nike is they are doing Ronaldo or Roger Federer, all these popular names in the sports industry. So that is basically what they do that keep them at the top of the game in the marketing space in Web2. Now, bringing all of this into Web3, we'll use a case study in Super Team DAO. Now, Super Team is a community of developers, writers, designers, ecosystem. Solana is a blockchain. Like I said, we are now in the Web3 space. What Solana and what's the name Super Team does with their marketing, their content marketing, they use a lot of videos and top-notch videos, and they try to make it goofy. Now, in their videos, like I said, remember that I said you should have a target audience you are appealing to when you are doing anything marketing. Their videos, they usually target traditional or traditional retailers, like people that don't really know about Web3. I remember most recent it was a very funny video about how the bank used to take loan from people. Relatable content is what Super Team does. So they are trying to appeal to the audience that okay, the traditional financial system is broken, is this, is that. Move to Solana, move to Super Team, and enjoy better offers. So now that we have spoken about brands, let's talk about individuals like myself now. What do you need? What do you need to be a good content marketer? Like personally now, I'm not talking brand wise, because let's say Nike is very big, Super Team DAO is very big. As a person, be a content marketer. First of all, you cannot be a content marketer if you are not a content creator. It's not possible. So you have to first be a good content creator before you can go into marketing. How do you be a content creator? You learn a skill, a content-based skill, which I already mentioned before. Writing, designing, video editing, animation, video editing and animation. Those are the major content-based skills, or photo editing itself. Then voiceover too is a very good skill. So the Web3 space, we mentioned the social apps. The Web3 space is the most popular social app for the Web3 space is Twitter, because almost all the Web3 based or crypto projects have a Twitter account. They may not even have a website, but that Twitter account is very, very important. And with the whole, when Elon Musk got it, he made it much more appealing and everything like that. So Twitter has, like, right now, Twitter is probably one of the best places for any project to get started on. So obviously, Twitter. Now, as I was saying, that you need to be a content creator, writing, editing, and whatnot. Then the additional skill is, let's take Twitter for example. An additional skill that you need to have as a content to make you a content marketer is to be able to try out different strategies like Nike. Now, for writers, there is thread writing, there's article writing, there's long form posts, Then even in the types of writing itself, you can write as a copywriter, or you can use storytelling, you can use technical writing, You just need to be able to try out different strategies. This keeps your audience engaged. You understand? If you keep on releasing one type of content, it's going to make you seem is it monolithic or dogmatic in a way. So try out different strategies. Another thing that you should do is, like Nike, try and follow viral trends. Let's say the Web3 space, basically, if anything is viral in the Web3 space, you will know easily, because if you follow Web3 based accounts, you'll be seeing these contents. So I want to give an example now. The dip, the market is in the red right now. All the tokens are dumping and all of that. Then you want to market a let's say a savings app or a savings project on like a Web3 savings account. Obviously, one of the first things, your hook should be something like, oh, the market is in the red, but you can still save your money with us. Hope you are getting my drift now, you guys. So your hook will be something relating to what is viral at that moment. Like, okay, the market is currently red, but you can still save some of your money, or if you use our Apple or something like that. So try and follow viral trends, because that is where one of the most, it's not even secret, because people use it a lot. That's one of the best things to use in marketing, following viral trends. Now, another thing you can do is to collaborate, like Nike. Collaborate with other content creators. You understand? If, like, for example, you are a writer now, but the project that you want to market, is a let's say is a meme coin or a meme project, or it has a lot of animations, you understand, or there's a story behind it. You can collaborate with somebody that is a video animator to make something that is animation related. You don't need to like start writing about the writing. You get, you can collaborate with somebody that is into that video aspect, or maybe you are. That's just basically what I want to say about that. Yeah, try and collaborate with other content creators, or let's say you are what other person can I use? You are a video creator. You can collaborate with somebody that is a voiceover person, to make funny voiceovers for the project and stuff like that. So basically, just try and come up with engaging strategies. Then another thing that people content marketers do is they do giveaways. Now, giveaways not just in form of like money, although most times, yes, in money, but not in the Web3 space. We use tokens or crypto projects or crypto coins, sorry. So giveaway is also very, very important in marketing. let's say let's use a Web2 brand now, maybe a clothing brand. You see something like okay, let's use Black Friday for example, which is very people know about Black Friday. So you see something like 25% off or buy one get one free, something like that. So it's also relatable to the Web3 space where you can say something like the first projects do this a lot. They'll say the first 5 people or something to register the project. They would give them they'll give them a bonus or something. So as a content marketer, you can also do giveaways. Maybe you can say that what can I use? I don't know. Nothing is coming to my head right now. But basically you can use giveaways to keep your audience engaged. And also always look at your audience feedback. Always look at your audience feedback on what you create. Understand? Go through the comment section. One of the best growth strategies on Twitter nowadays is the reply guy strategy. Be a very good reply guy. Like when they drop a good feedback on what you create, you can retweet it, comment on it and all of that. And also another thing that relates to that is if somebody use the product, maybe you are marketing a project, a crypto project now, let's say a project that enables you to swap your money from naira to crypto in seconds or something, and you are the content marketer. When somebody uses the product, for example, and they drop a feedback like on the group or maybe in the project DM or whatever, you can post their feedbacks, or you can tell them to post their feedback on Twitter, something like that, and tag the project and stuff. So I feel like that is basically the major things that content marketing in Web3 space has to offer. So don't forget, the key point is that first of all, you have to be a content creator to be a content marketer. And the major skills that you can acquire as a creator is writing or designing or video editing / animation. So I think that's all I have for now. If there's any question or something.
Thank you so much, Netrovert. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have questions. You can either unmute yourself and speak, or you type it in the chat box. We'll leave like 10 minutes. Anything you've ever come across on the internet, and you feel you should ask it now. I think this is the right time. Yeah.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go on.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Please go on.
Please, can you hear me now?
You can type your question in the chat box. I can't seem
Okay.
to hear you.
Okay.
Web3 Godfather asks that how can one make money from content marketing if you have no proof of work? Well, get proof of work. That's the answer to your question. Because the space, I wouldn't say the space is saturated, but to be honest, nobody likes like show workings now. Like, you get my point. My point is that you have to have proof of work. And how can you get proof of work? It's very simple in the Web3 space. You can actually volunteer to create content for projects, you understand? Or you can volunteer to be an ambassador for your project, you understand? So once you're starting out, it won't be as easy, but you need to build your proof of work. So volunteer jobs is actually one of the ways to go about it. Volunteer here, volunteer there, create content for a project, send it to the DM of the project devs, ask them for feedback. You know, if they give you a good feedback, that's your proof of work. When next you want to go to another project DM, you tell them that, oh, I created content for this project and they liked my content, so I want to create content for you, and you can actually ask for payments from there. So I don't know how you can without proof of work, but I know how you can get proof of work without proof of work. Hope that answers your question. Okay, Daniel Crocs asked, Daniel Cross asked that what is the best way to get noticed by projects? To be honest, there are different strategies to get noticed by projects. But the thing is that most projects, that what people don't know is that if you have a very good wait, are you guys hearing me? Please, if you can hear me, just drop an emoji. So I'll know that it's not me that is rugging. Just drop an emoji. Okay. Okay. So okay. So what I can say is that if you have a very solid audience in this space, it is actually projects that will be entering your DM that you know, can you work with us, or can you work for us, can you market us, you know, can you talk about us? To be honest, that's what most people don't know. So building a very good audience base is very, very key, especially as a content marketer. There are a couple of ways you can build your audience. Me, I write a lot, and then I write what's the name now? Storytelling, or what they call it, authority content, whereby you talk about your achievements and stuff. It gets people going. So you get a lot of engagements on there, or you can be controversial. There are a couple of people that are controversial and get this audience base, especially with Twitter. Twitter has made everything easy. You can just wake up and type something, and then before you know it, boom, 5,000 likes or something comments. So me, I don't know how to be controversial, but if you have the God, you are not afraid of dragging. You can be controversial on Twitter and, you know, build your audience from there. So when you build your audience, you don't even need to start reaching out to projects that is the project that will come to your DM. You understand? And also, networking with people is also key. That's why I mentioned collaboration. You cannot collaborate if you don't network. Like, you can't just come to my DM and say you want to collaborate with me. No. We need to have like connected in a way. Hope you get what I'm trying to say. So if you collaborate, if you network with people, a lot of people, at least they'll know that, okay, this is what you do. You're like a content creator. Okay, you are building your audience base. So whenever a project needs somebody or your services, these people that you network with, that you've collaborated with, can actually refer you to the project that, okay, this so person is part of my network, or is my guy, or whatever. And the project will send a DM. Most in this space, most people, like 60% of the jobs in the Web3 space is through referrals. Like even more than 60%, it's almost 70%. That's the truth, because the Web3 space is not as new as people think it is. It's not new anymore. It's just that not everybody is doing it, but it's not new. So people that have already started building from, let's say, 2-3 years ago, obviously a lot of people know them, that okay, this is their talk, or this is what they are doing, this is what they are good at. So whenever they need the services of somebody in that niche, they will obviously go to them first. Hope you get my drift. So try and grow your audience, try and network with people. These are things that will help you in the job space. I hope that answers your question. Web3 Godfather asks that I'm a writer in Web3, and how do you write for projects to get their attention? Okay, I said I was going to give a practical example. This is a screenshot that I'm going to send on the group now of my chat with the developer, that is the owner basically of a blockchain, Kujira blockchain. So I wrote a thread on the blockchain, like on my own. No. I just woke up that day and I was like, okay, let me write on this project or this protocol. And I sent it to the guy's DM. That, what do you think of my thread? He said, hey, absolutely epic. So this conversation now, I can use it to either get a job with them or get a job with another project and be like, okay, so basically I wrote a thread about this blockchain, and then the dev, he liked it. Here's my chat with him. But I didn't really follow through with this particular thread. I didn't really follow through. My intention wasn't to get a job with them per se. I just wanted to write about them because I liked the products they were building, to be honest. And also the thread really because a lot of people in the community of the project, they liked the thread. So the thread went far. It had a lot of engagement, and it had a lot of support. So I feel like this is something you can do. You know, if you see a project that you like, that you just like the way it is, because when you actually like something, you put more passion into marketing it. You get, like, you put more energy into for me, I'll put more energy into hawking pounded yam and A4 than hawking one Igbo food. Sorry, I'm not dissing Igbos, but I love Igbo food, but I don't eat them a lot. You get, so my favorite food is pounded yam. So I'll put more energy into telling my guys that, guy, how far, chop the pounded yam. I say this thing is sweet. I'll put more energy into convincing people to eat pounded yam than a food that I've eaten just 1 or 2 times. Hope you guys understand. So it's almost similar in the Web3 space. When I see a product, I like it. I like the whole system. I like the color. I like the way they handle their audience or their community. When I want to write about it, I'll put more effort into it. So that was what I was aiming for. I hope that answers your question. Web3 Godfather asks again, how can I build a writing portfolio from threads that I've written for other projects on my page? If you are using Twitter, there's this highlight section on Twitter. So you can add your best threads or whatever to your highlight section. Then other if you are writing like on Medium or other writing platforms, I think there's Notion or something. There's something that these guys use to like add their links and stuff. Me personally, I use Linktree. Linktree, I have all my social handles on Linktree, so I bet that's just basically what you can do. Twitter has been moving funny, so I feel like you should, even if you are writing your threads or your posts on Twitter, have them maybe in a draft in a Google Docs or in a what's the name in Medium. So basically, what projects used to do, they would just ask that, let's see two of your best threads or whatever, and then you can just copy the links and send to them. So you don't really need to send them the whole thing, the whole document or whatever, the whole or your whole portfolio, to be honest. Especially if you get these jobs from referral, you don't even need to like show them your portfolio if you are getting jobs from referrals, because they are already assured that, okay, since somebody referred this person, it's different when somebody says behind your back. When somebody says Netrovert is a good writer, it's not. I didn't tell the person to tell the third party that I'm a good writer. The person just said it to the person that Netrovert is a good writer. So that third party in his mind will be like, okay, I believe this guy. But if I was somewhere, I was telling him, guy, tell this guy that I'm a good writer, tell this guy I'm a good writer, the person might not believe it like that. So when somebody vouch for you behind your back, actually, it gives a very strong opinion of the third party about you. I hope that answers your question. Oscar says, how can I become a writer as a newbie? Okay, this question people ask it a lot. You become a writer by writing. You understand? The problem most people have is they don't want to start. That is the problem. They have issues with starting. Is either they are afraid that people will say they are bad, or they are unsure of themselves and whatnot. Just start. Like Nike, just do it, to be honest. Your first trade cannot be as perfect as you want it. You make mistakes, but just start. And don't be comparing yourself with people that have been in the industry for 2-3 years. Hope you understand. So if you want to be good at writing, read more. That's what I say to people. I know a lot of vocabularies that, like, sometimes I use them and people ask that, what's the meaning of this word? How do I know them? I used to read a lot of novels when I was younger. So I have them in my head. I may not be able to see them, in a conversation, but when I'm typing, I know when to use them. So read more. When you read about crypto, you read about this, you read about that, you are understanding them little by little. You can write about them, you can talk about them. So that's how you become a good writer, by reading more and by writing. The second part of your question, is it advisable to use AI to write? To be honest, the first ever thread I wrote on Twitter, I used AI. Like I just put in the prompt that write thread about this project, and then the thing I just paste it. Wait. So AI is not bad. It just depends on how you utilize it. AI is a generic tool, like what you put in, that to give out. And like I said, you have to be, people want to see the human part of us, to be honest. They want to connect with human. So if you just keep writing, um, typing and pasting AI words, you won't get engagement. You won't be able to fill the space. So what you can use AI to do is when you write, sometimes your punctuation will not be correct. Let's say you are listing something, you say rice, comma, beans, comma, gari. There's supposed to be comma before and bread. But maybe you don't put a comma, the last comma. You just put am red there. Because when you're writing something like, if you say rice and beans, there don't need to be comma. But if you're writing like 5 words, there needs to be comma before the last, before the and the last. So what you can use AI to proofread your work. After you've written it, you can tell the AI to proofread it. You know when you use ChatGPT. Someone's mic is on. Can you guys hear me? Please drop another emoji in the chat if you can hear me. All right. So as I was saying, you use AI to proofread your work, not to write your word, and then to break down complex terminologies. You understand? Like you see a project, you don't really understand what they are doing, but you want to write about it. You can copy some big words in the project. Tell AI to rephrase it to something simpler. That's what you can use AI to do, not to write a whole article and copy and paste it. I hope that answers your question. Oh, Three Godfather says, what was someone that doesn't have any knowledge on Web3? It's not possible to write about what you don't know. You'll be clueless. You get. It's like me. I'm studying building now. You understand? I know things that have to do with building, architecture, land and stuff. It's like me now entering all, and they gave me law. They're giving me a case study of a client with maybe a landlord and a tenant, and they're telling me to solve the case. I can't because I don't know anything law. You understand? So you have to know these things before you can write about it. It's like saying that you don't know about what can I use as an example again? You don't know anything about banking and you want to work in a bank, or you don't know anything about you get my vibe, Sha. My vibe is that learn what you want to write about, learn about it. It's not that hard. Read articles, read blog posts, read content, watch videos and everything like that. Before you entered school, you wrote WAEC now. You can't say that you don't know anything about WAEC and you want to enter university. That's not possible now. So that is that simple.
I decided to pick. I don't know if it's actually clear on that end, because there's sometimes I write projects and I write for projects like that, and then you can hear me before I continue. Hello. Please, can anyone hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and
Okay,
clear.
okay. So I want to ask. Okay, like sometimes I get the. I'll try to write on the project and I'll check their eggs. I'll check. Some of them have websites. Some have LinkedIn. But sometimes those links are not always sufficient. And using ChatGPT is a failed task because the ChatGPT will not give you answers to the what you are looking for, because that project is not like, it's not really there. Sometimes they'll just curate anything. And I used to run sufficient, I used to run out of resources. So I don't know if there are. I think my issue is researching, like finding more links, finding more articles. How do you find more articles and more links to read about? I think that's basically a challenge, but I don't think understanding them is so much of a big deal. So I don't know if you could shed more light on this.
Okay, so you said sometimes you want to write our project and then they don't have they don't have enough resources. To be honest, I would say use the available resources, maximize them, understand. And sometimes some projects usually have medium pages, but they don't put it there that they have a medium page. You get. So I don't even know. I don't know, but there's a way if you search on the project's Twitter, there's a way you'd see like past tweets where they talked about, when a project is just starting, they have to talk about their project now. So you can go back and check out what they said about their project in the beginning and stuff. So the best possible way for you to talk about the project that doesn't have enough resources is to use the available resources to the best of your ability. And maybe if there's similar projects that are doing the same thing, you know, use out of their own resources. But I don't want you to talk about a project to say something that they are not doing, because it gives a bad impression to the audience when you say a project has 5 seconds of like let's say a blockchain protocol. Now you said the swap time is 5 seconds. That's what you put in your post. And then the person, because of what you said, the person decides to use the protocol and it's taking him 1 hour to swap a token. So that's a lot of scrolling. Yeah, it's a lot of scrolling. But if you know how to use keywords, it won't be a lot of scrolling. So you can type in the keywords in the search bar. So what was I saying? I was saying that, so if the customer or the audience sees that you said, oh, this project uses 5 seconds of this, and the person uses it and it uses 1 hour, it leaves a bad impression on the person. The person won't want to use the protocol again. So make sure um all the facts or figures that you are bringing out is actually correct. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I'm not talking anymore. I'm waiting for questions or comments or whatnot.
Hi, good evening.
Good
GM, can
evening.
anybody hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Actually, the question I have to ask is regarding content. Actually, I want to ask, right? If I should make a particular content for a particular project, like I don't know the hashtags, like who to tag so that they can see my posts. Is it that I'm tagging only that project that I did the content for, or I'm allowed to tag other projects, or maybe my friends or something?
Okay, you can tag me. I'll see your post. But basically, if you are writing for a project, obviously you tag the project. Another person you can tag is the CEO if he's on Twitter, and
Yeah.
the any other team member of the project. Then as for tagging friends, tag friends that you know will engage. Don't don't tag friends that they will just view and pass. You get my vibe. So the aim of
Yes,
tagging people to the project, to the content, is for them to see it,
and engage.
and engage. That's just basically why you're tagging them. It's not for, there's no fancy in
Tagging.
tagging. It's just so that they can engage. I hope that
Okay.
answers the question.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Is it safe to adjust content strategy based on data analysis? Yes, yes, obviously. When metrics is a very important part of marketing, because people like to see that your product is doing well. Understand? When you say 30% of 30% of users, you know, or we've had an extra 15% of users using our product or whatever. Why do you think a lot of projects used to say we've just crossed so TVL, we've just done this, they announce these metrics because it attracts more users, it shows progress. So data is important. Yeah. So I think that answers the question. Or maybe you're talking about data analysis of the social media you are using to post. Is that your question? How long have I been writing in Web3? Why do I get this question a lot? No, you don't need to know that one. What metrics will you suggest new writers in the Web3 space should use in measuring their success in their content? Um, if 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 you are a It depends on what you are doing. If you are a social media handler for a project, the metrics is growth. How many numbers did they do? Projects wants to see numbers. That's what they want to see. So if you're handling their social media, their accounts, for example, why are you handling it? So that you can post more content, so that more people can see this content and follow the project. So engagement, yeah, if you are handling a social media account or a project account. But if you are just writing as a content writer, some people have different goals. Some people are writing to build their account, so that they can also get a lot of engagement and everything like that. So yes, engagement is also key. But then some people are writing so that they can be noticed by some certain projects. So for that, you don't really need engagement like that. You don't really need engagement. Then some people are writing because they want to sell a product. You understand? If you want to sell a product, if you are if you are selling a product, I remember is it this expert near something that time? To sell one course or more, if you are selling to 100 people, you need to believe, or you need to convince yourself that only one person will buy. So the more the merrier. So engagement again. So basically, engagement is key, but it's not the most important thing. Your skill itself is the most important thing. I hope that answers the question. do you come up with new engaging content on your account on a consistent basis? Okay. Why I mean is that what I want to say is for all writers, you should have a brand identity. Understand? So that I said it before. People want to connect with human. You get, and one way you can go about it is by writing about your journey or your wins or your losses, or just basically writing about you, about yourself. There are some people that you follow on Twitter that you understand how these things work. If you follow Alex Finn is a Twitter growth strategist and all of that. When you write about yourself, like, if you forget about writing in Web3, if you post a birthday post on Twitter, even if you are getting 200 engagement before, you just post today's my birthday, Twitter gave me balloons, check the engagement. So people want to connect with humans. They want to see that, okay, this person um is also doing this, is also doing that, is also growing, is also losing, whatever. So I feel like the best way to go about it is just be yourself and have an identity. So having an identity, one of the first way, especially on Twitter, is to have an optimized bio and optimized banner and a very good profile picture. So the Web3 space, one of the importance of the Web3 space is anonymity. You don't need to be out there with your face and everything you know, before you can earn in the Web3 space. Unlike Web2 space that will ask you for proof of address, proof of residency, proof of this, proof of that before you can collect something, loan or whatever in the bank. The Web3 space, you can literally borrow and lend on DeFi platforms with just your wallet or you get my vibe. So you don't really need to put all your birthday or whatever where your location and all of that. No, just have an optimized bio, a good banner, a good profile picture, and talk about yourself. That's it. Is it advisable to fill your timeline with different projects, with different threads for different projects? I don't understand this question, Oscar. What skills and training do you recommend for team members to succeed in content marketing? For team members, okay, team members of a project or people that are collaborating. I already spoke about the skill that you need in content marketing before, Web3 virtual assistant. You need to be good in writing, in designing, in video editing or photo editing, so if you have a lot of time on your hands, you can learn all of that. You can learn writing and designing and video editing and video animation, but I'll tell you, it is not easy. Either students or we have a day job and something, we can't focus too much on some kind of thing. So I feel like you should just niche down and focus on one skill. If you want to learn writing, learn writing. If you want to learn design and stuff like that. So I hope that answers your question. Is it advisable to fill your timeline? I still don't understand this question. Can I check out your banner? Yeah, I can.
Let me just say the question here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
I was saying, if you base your writing on threads alone, like writing threads for different projects and like reaching out to them, reaching out to the devs to know what they think about it, and possibly they might hire you in their team. Is it advisable to follow such approach as a starter or a newbie?
Okay. To be honest, what works for me might not work for you, and what's working for you may not work for me. So this advice, first try it out. If it doesn't work, then you can do something else. You get? So there's nothing bad in having multiple threads about different projects on your page. It's all proof of work, to be honest. Yeah, I think that answers the question. And so, in the absence of any question, I think I would draw the curtain to um, this session. It's been an amazing one. Thank you guys for having me. Netrovert out.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Um, I really learned a lot from this class. I hope you all too learned a lot. So right now, I think the class is over. You can send your thank you to the comment section, and also you can also put what you've learned at the same section. So thank you. Good night, everyone. Have a nice night. Bye bye.